This article was originally published by Block Club Chicago, a non-profit newsroom dedicated to covering Chicago's neighborhoods. Sign up for their newsletters here. As ICE patrols swarm Chicago, the tamale vendors who serve up steaming hot corn husks from the sidewalks or sell them to hungry bar patrons from corners have retreated from their regular spots for fear of being snatched. That has prompted a brigade of bicyclists to take to the streets in a show of support, buying out the vendors so they can go home to safety while making the money they need to survive. At least 3 street vendors have been detained by federal agents since the Trump administration started Operations Midway, Blitz and at large last month. The controversial immigration enforcement operations are supposed to target undocumented people with serious criminal histories, but many Chicagoans have reported loved ones being taken even if they do not have a history. Cyclists solidarity rides take cyclists to Chicago neighborhoods to buy out street vendors and pass out their food to people in need. Credit Cyclists Solidarity Instagram. Cyclists Solidarity, a collective of Chicago cyclists who organize group rides and mutual aid efforts, will host a street vendor bike tour Saturday, November 1 with the Street Vendors Association of Chicago. The ride will begin 10 a.m. local time at Buckingham Fountain in Grant Park and wind through Pilsen and Little Village, where the group will buy food from street vendors. All purchases are considered funds for vendors and not donations since Cyclists Solidarity's work is not tax-deductible, said Rick Rosales, a community organizer with Cyclists Solidarity. The Saturday ride is an extension of an initiative that started last month when the group decided to collect funds to buy out vendors in Pilsen and Little Village so vulnerable residents could pack up early and avoid federal agents. Riders paid the vendors in cash and then passed out the food to people in need throughout Chicago, Rosales said. Cyclists Solidarity's rides benefit vendors of all types, including those who sell tamales, elotes, and tortas throughout Pilsen, Hermosa, and Little Village. Weighed down by negative news. Our Smart Bright weekly newsletter is the uplift you've been looking for. The group has organized similar events like Burrito Brigade, where cyclists deliver burritos to Chicagoans living in encampments and shelters, and an unemployment support group that provides resume help, networking, and a place to air out job search frustrations. Rosales hopes to make the Saturday vendor tour part of a series, he said. We're providing an opportunity to support vendors and hearing their stories to make this, so it's not just transactional, he said, adding that the group is always looking for translators who can help. They're gonna introduce themselves so we can support them in that way. Rosales lived in Indianapolis for 12 years and he saw virtually no street vendors, he said. But in Chicago, where street vendors are a common sight, they stir literally warm and figuratively warm feelings in him. To me, it embodies what it means to be an American, he said. My fondest memories of them handing these warm tamales for a reasonable price and being able to support them and their hustle. I think a lot of Chicagoans have a similar feeling toward them. They cherish the vendors in their neighborhood. The tense political climate has pushed many vendors into the shadows, said Maria Orozco, development manager and outreach coordinator with the nonprofit Street Vendors Association of Chicago. The organization helps street vendors obtain insurance licenses and individual taxpayer identification numbers. Cyclists Solidarity's initiative has inspired other cyclists to embark on their own vendor buyouts. Credit Cyclists Solidarity Instagram. It's been really tough on them. And then the people that have the opportunity to go out and sell or just risk it, they're not getting as much sales as they used to, or Roscoe said. So it's something very traumatizing for people to see. It's very unexpected. I think COVID wasn't even this bad. For Orozco, the impact on street vendors is personal. Her family of 4, including Orozco's sister, began selling tamales, elotes, and chicharrones about a decade ago on the corner of 79th Street and Pulaski Road in Ashburn. Both her parents still work as vendors, but her mother hasn't ventured out for fear of ICE, nor have they gone to the church where they once set up shop, Orozco said. We always used to complain that we can't have family fun day Sunday, and now we haven't worked in weeks, Orozco said, adding that her sister does the grocery shopping so her mother can stay home. It doesn't feel real, what's going on. In spite of the bleak mood weighing over many Chicagoans since the Trump administration launched Operation Midway, Blitz Cyclists Solidarity's initiative has inspired other cyclists to embark on their own vendor buyouts. Humboldt Park resident Stephanie Reeve wasn't able to attend one of Rosales' recent rides, but still wanted to help. I stole Rick's idea, Reeve joked. When all the ICE activity increased, I said, I have a pretty generous network of friends. Let me go buy out some vendors on my own. Reed posted on Facebook that she wanted to raise a few $100 to buy out local street vendors. She received donations from all around the United States via Zelle and Venmo, she said. She drove around West Town, Logan Square and Humboldt Park with her husband and 14-year-old, buying out $2 worth of tacos from one vendor and $1 worth of tamales from another vendor so they could return to their homes. Wait, you're not a member yet? Join the Reasons to be Cheerful community by supporting our non-profit publication and giving what you can. Join Cancel Anytime. The outing turned into a teachable moment for Reed, showing her team the importance of helping her neighbors, she said. She was also surprised to learn that not only could her team use the Spanish they learned,